Take stock to supersize your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And our idiom, our contribution related idiom and expression today is to take stock or to take inventory. Both occurred about the same time, and they've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. To take stock. Stock used to mean like a stump or a post, and inventory, of course, is referring to counting things. It's been around since the 15th century. It showed up in the Bible in 1 John chapter, and it's been around for a long, long time. And I think most of us know what it means to take stock or to take inventory. It means to count things, count our blessings, count our assets, count our stock. When we're running a business, if we don't count our stock, we really don't know where we're at. Why? Because things occur that cause our stock to be eliminated. Sometimes our accounting records or nowadays our computer systems might have a glitch in them where what they say we have on hand doesn't exactly match what we have on hand. Why? Because sometimes we sell things and we don't put it in the computer. Sometimes things walk away and walk out the door. Sometimes we give things away as samples and forget to document, etc. And it's all designed to get an actual accounting, an actual record of where we're at. Now, I've done inventory in dozens of different types of businesses. And of course, the hardest ones are manufacturing, because there's so many different levels of inventory, and retail businesses that have a gazillion items. I started out when I was younger in the liquor business, working in a retail, and then it was a retail wholesale liquor business. And I got to tell you, I dreaded when inventory came around. Why? Because we were just developing systems for taking inventory, and it was at the very beginning of computers, so we didn't have very good records or forms or processes to take inventory. So when we had to take inventory, it was all hands on deck, and it was a lot of work to reconcile all of our accounting and our documentation with what we actually counted on hand. And I suspect that the liquor industry was one where a lot of product tended to walk out the door. But we needed to have an idea of that. We needed to know where we were at and what the shrinkage was in that particular business. So, have you done inventory? I'd love to know. And I don't do physical inventory anymore. But what we want to do, and with respect to our area of contribution, is take stock today in how do we show up in the world. Take a personal inventory, not just our business inventory, although we know that that's important. It helps us know where we're at, what's up, if we've got processes that need improvement. And inventory is one that I learned early on, that you have to have a process and a system for it. You have to always be continually improving and looking for ways to make that easier. So by the time I was done in the liquor business, we had a great system and a great computerized system and a way to mix and match and team people up that made inventory really easy. I see them doing inventory in stores like Walmart and Target some days, and they got their little scanners and they're walking around counting and putting numbers in, and they're teaming up. And it's such an easy process nowadays to reconcile compared to what it used to be. So always look for continuous improvement. What are some tips? I want to give you 6 tips to taking an inventory, a personal or a business related inventory with respect to the area of how do you show up in the world? What are you contributing? And some of the tips are: be specific. What are you specifically doing to make the world a better place? Be realistic. You know, what we say we do and what we actually do aren't always exactly the same thing, especially as our business grows and builds. Sometimes we say we're going to give 10% to this, and this organization or charity, or we're going to have X number of people contribute certain amount of hours, and we set goals in those areas, but we need to be specific and realistic. We need to be understanding when things come up and then when life gets in the way and things change. During COVID, a lot of our how we changed, how we did everything, how we make the world a better place had to change and pivot along with just having our business survive and thrive during that period. Be accountable. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Find a way to make it happen. And as we're building and growing our business, that's one of the biggest lessons that we learn is be accountable to what we say we're going to do. And if we don't think we're going to do it, or we don't really want to do it, don't say you'll do it. Just don't say anything, or don't choose to participate. Be flexible and be positive with respect to how you want to show up in the world, how you want to make the world a better place, how your business is going to contribute or participate. Remember, you're not just setting, you want to take a personal inventory, that's what our annual challenge is all about, but I think we need to do this for our businesses as well, and say, what are we doing? How are we showing up in the world? How are we being perceived by the communities that we act in? And maybe you're an online business, so you're interacting with the global community. What impact are you having on other people in other countries that you might not even ever thought about that? I will admit that most of my business has always been done in the United States, but as I've been growing online, I realized that there's big pockets of people from other countries that are actually participating and listening to some of the things I say. So I probably need to get better at being more global in my thinking in terms of how I explain idioms and expressions. That would be just one example. So that's our idiom for today. Take inventory, take stock in how you're showing up in the world. I guess that's my question for today. Share your comments and thoughts about this below, because I would love to hear them. And if you have any questions, ask me. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow with another contribution-related idiom. This is one I had to dig for and make up because my list is pretty short for this month. So I would totally appreciate if you have a contribution-related or a giving or a how we interact with the world idiom that you'd love to know the history of and how we could use it to build our business. Please, please, please comment below. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.